Hello, this is Marvin, and today I'm going to get you a quick review on the Tamron lens. It's a Tamron 90mm f2.8 macro lens. This is a real macro lens, so you get a real high magnification. It's about 1:1, which means if you shoot with APS-C camera, you get about 23mm on your sensor. So, and on a full frame camera, it would be about 35mm. On this, as the sensor size is, it's like you get here a square about 35mm, and that's all you get on your sensor. This lens comes with a hood, bulky thing. I personally don't need it. That has a reason, because the front lens is inside here, and that's about 5 centimeters deep, so in my opinion you don't really need the lens hood. Also you get a soft pouch for transport. I personally don't need it, but might come in handy sometimes. The lens is mostly plastic, a little bit metal for the as the bayonet. For the bayonet, it's small, lightweight. It's lighter than the Canon 100mm macro lens. And yeah, I'll start on with the features. It has a focus limiter. This limiter isn't that what you usually get on your cameras. This says only full and limit. Full, about 29 centimeters to infinity. If I set this one to limit, it goes from infinity to about 40 centimeters, or if I go under those 40 centimeters, it goes from about 29 to 40 centimeters. What I like about this lens is that you get in the nearer focus distance, you get a more accurate focusing. It's about from 29 centimeters to about 40 centimeters. It's about a 180 degree, almost 180 degree, and from 40 centimeters to about infinity it's about 90 degree, more or less. So you can work with this lens. I also tested the Sigma 105mm, and you had about 90 degrees from infinity to the nearest focusing distance. And if you try to manually focus that, it's quite hard. Also, I want to mention is, as I've done before, there is no AF/MF switch as you usually get. The whole focus ring is your switch. So where is it? There. You pop it up. It says AF. If you use Canon or Nikon, that's it. AF. By pulling it down you get MF and full control. If you use Pentax or Sony, you also have to set your body to manually focus, or otherwise the camera will still focus automatically. Yeah, it's a problem of Sony mostly, but as I'm shooting with a Sony Alpha 77 and I got a AF/MF switch button on the back, this is kind of handy. So I put it on full manual focus, and if I want to get a quick shot of something that I'm likely to scare away soon, I hit the button, get my autofocus, and if I got time, I just don't hit the button and can manually focus. Another point on the lens is that it goes way out. It's about double size on the nearest focus length, and you get only about 10 centimeters focusing distance from the front. So you must imagine about this is the distance you really get. It says 29 centimeters from the sensor, but as it goes out real wide. But this is also a problem of the Sony 100 lens and costs about double. So I decided to get the 90mm lens. The build quality as it is quite decent. As I said before, it's a lot of plastic, but it's not cheap. It's not so cheapo plastic like Sony uses often. Yeah, what else to say? I tested, I don't have this lens that long, so I only could get a couple of test shots off. I will post a link below so you can look on the shots, and I will add pictures in the future, so you might get your own thing. One point that many people say about this lens, that the AF is pretty slow. Partly. I have to say the AF, if you limit it from infinity to 40 centimeters, is quite nice. On the consumer DSLRs it's gonna be a little slower, and you all have to know that this is a macro lens, and macro lenses tend to be slow because it gets darker the nearer you get to your object, and the more the tubus comes out, the darker it gets on the sensor. So, and most autofocus sensors are about don't snap in that hard as with with high light situations with normal normal lenses. So that's not a Tamron problem only. That's the problem that most macro lenses have. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you liked the review. Post a comment below, and I'll hope I get to do another review soon, and see you next time.